This is my very first solo trip out of the country. I'll share with you my experiences, expenses, and places that I visited in this wonderful country, Vietnam. The reason I choose Vietnam is because it's diverse, rich in history and culture, and said to be a haven for solo travelers, and I'd say that I made the right choice. So come with me while I explore the beautiful country of Vietnam, from the stunning scenery and ancient temples of Ninh Binh, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, to equally magical place, Sapa, known as the Town of Clouds, the incredible Marble Mountain, Dragon Bridge, and stunning coastal city of Da Nang, ancient town of Hoi An, and of course, their vibrant historical capital of Hanoi. I arrived in Hanoi, Vietnam at 7 a.m. in the morning of February 6th, their last month of winter. And it's really quite cold. It feels like 10 degrees because of the gloomy weather outside the airport. It's different for me from what I'm used to, but I love the change in weather. Now, after I get my luggage, I look for a store at the airport where I can buy a local SIM card and withdraw money from an ATM. Through research, you get more value for your money from their local banks, but you still need to check the potential fees that both your bank and the ATM provider charge. I got my SIM card with unlimited data for 500,000 dong, which is equivalent to 1,100 pesos at that time, and that's for 15 days. The hotel that I booked is in the Old Quarter and near some of the tourist attractions in Hanoi. Hanoi Memory Central Hotel and Spa is quite hard to find because you need to walk down an alley to get to the hotel. The lobby is not so well maintained, and neither are the rooms. Their saving graces for me are their hotel receptionists, who are quite young and very customer oriented, so thank you so much. And of course, the spacious room with a king-size bed and a big bathroom, which I stayed for 4 nights and cost me 2,651,553 dong. Since I'm too early to check in, I ventured around and looked for something to eat while waiting for my room because check-in is at 2 p.m. and I got to the hotel around 9 a.m. or I can pay 150,000 dong for early check-in, which is, I think, outrageous. So I'd rather use it to buy me food or coffee. Not far from my hotel is quite a busy street, motorbikes everywhere, street vendors everywhere, which I am used to because we have lots back at home. But the difference I found are the hundreds of motorcycles crisscrossing anywhere and everywhere. No traffic rules. It's kind of chaotic, but I'm loving the vibe. And there's a lot of small eateries and cafes along the street with a lot of locals eating or just having fun. I ventured some more and went to an old temple, a 9th century temple dedicated to Long Do, the ancient god of Hanoi. The place is quiet and I was the only tourist when I entered the temple gate. This temple is teeming with great wooden architecture and history, and you'll find hundreds of relics from the past. According to legend, the place of construction of the citadel came to the king in a dream. A white horse suddenly appeared in his dream, coming out of the Long Do temple, wandering and leaving tracks on the ground before vanishing. From that moment, the king ordered to build the citadel walls alongside of the marked tracks and succeeded till completion. Since then, he decided to change the name of Long Do temple to Bakma, meaning white horse. Today, Bakma Temple is a testament of Hanoi's rich cultural heritage, and with over 1,000 years of history, it remains a must-visit for travelers seeking to delve into Vietnam's past. After a few hours of roaming around this beautiful city, I had my first ever beef po, a breakfast staple of Vietnamese people, and it's so delicious. There's a lot of attractions in Hanoi, especially in the Old Quarter, and most of them are walkable from the place where I am staying. One of them is the Wan Cam Lake, a freshwater lake in the center of Hanoi, also known as Sword Lake. I'll say that this is one of the most beautiful lakes in a city that I have ever seen in my life. This magnificent lake is full of history and culture. One of the things that you can do here is visit the Nok Shong Temple, which is in the middle of the lake and built in the 18th century. You can find some artifacts and a 250 kilograms preserved specimen of a giant turtle. This turtle, according to the tale, has a significant role as to why it was named Sword Lake. Long time ago, the king of Vietnam, Le Loi, came across a shining bar that was caught by his friend while fishing at that lake. The king asked for the bar and turned it to a sword that has two words on it. Tuan Te, meaning harmonious and heaven. He used it against the occupying Ming army and won, and believed that it was a heaven-sent sword. He later went back to the lake with his sword and saw a large golden turtle rising above the water and asked him to return the sword to the Dragon King. And the king gave the sword back willingly to commemorate the event. He changed the former name of the lake from Luc Tui, meaning green water, to Wan Cam Lake, meaning the lake of the returned sword. Another thing that you can enjoy around this lake is the beautiful bright red color bridge, the Hook Bridge, which is so picturesque and one of the famous attractions in Hanoi, which connect the Ngoc So Temple. The Ngoc So Temple, or Jade Mountain Temple, was erected in the 19th century in commemoration of Tron Wang Dao, the greatest military commander of the Tron dynasty. When you get inside the temple grounds, you'll be amazed by the serenity in the center of a lake in the bustling city of Hanoi. There are other places that you can visit around Ngoc So temples, and one of them is Wan Cam Walking Street. There are so many things to try out on Wan Cam Walking Street. Every week from 7 p.m. Friday to 12 a.m. Sunday, you can watch street performances of talented artists, various traditional games, or just to enjoy the local delicacies offered by the street vendors. Another one is Tang Long Water Puppet Theater. And the Water Puppet Theater in Hanoi may be considered as one of the most oldest architectural structures in Hanoi. The place has been open since October 10th of 1969, and Water Puppet is one of the outstanding cultures of Vietnam and one of the most visited places in Hanoi. So when you have the chance, make sure to watch it. They offer a VIP seating for 200,000 dong, middle for 150,000 dong, and back seating for 100,000 dong. Not far from the lake, you'll find a historic St. Joseph Cathedral, also known as the Little Notre Dame de Paris, a historical building which was built back in 1886 and is open to public. Just make sure that you are dressed appropriately. And after visiting the lake, I had my very first ever egg coffee in one of the cafes just across the street. That night was their New Year celebration, and I was not able to go out as planned to Wan Cam Lake, where the celebration is, so I just watched the fireworks at the hotel. If you're looking for an affordable place to eat breakfast near the Old Quarter City Gate and the Hanoi Central Memory Lane and Spa, Po Ga Hong Q offer various local food and different po for as low as 40,000 dong, and it's so delicious. I was able to book my ticket going to here, Ninh Bin, and this is the name of the booking office here. It's the Sim Tourist, and look, and this is where you can go, and yeah, so this is the office, and this is the tourist map, if you can see. And Miss Lee, she's the one who actually assisted me and gave me a good rate. So if you want to book going to Sapa or Ninh Bin, definitely, or Halong Bay, I think you just have to go here, and they, you know, she can give you a very nice rate. So there you go. And this is what street again? This street? Yeah, the name of the street? I'm sorry? Hangka trees. There you go. Thank you so much. Thank you.